Alright, so I finally decided to extend out my drain plug for my air compressor so that I don't have to reach in underneath each time and drain it. So I want to extend out a little pipe. I guess that bottom part there as we look is the front of it, and use a little pipe and a little valve to extend out, make it easier to drain. I have seen debates back and forth about pipe dope versus tape, depending on what type of situation you're in, but I'm going to go ahead and use tape. I have it, Teflon tape. It's also what was on there before, and to my knowledge never experienced any leaks on this tank with the tape that's there. So what I picked up, I probably should have measured everything, but I didn't yet. Was just at Home Depot. I decided to grab some parts, and this is what I ended up with. So I guess this is 1/4 inch pipe. You can find all of this in the kind of the plumbing area, if you will. So I think that's maybe a 2 4 inches and a 6 inch. I have a coupler there in case I need to put two of them together. And then I've got what I think is called a street 90 there, and a regular 90. Again, just grabbed a bunch of stuff. And then there's going to be the valve, ball valve. So I think what I'm going to do is actually come out of there with a 90, go straight out with a pipe, and then a 90 facing down so the wet air is not shooting water straight out at my feet. So 90 back down to the floor. That's the camera down, but basically use a 9/16 wrench to. So there's a valve. Looks pretty gunked up. I'm actually going to stand it up here and see what comes out of it. If a drop at all came out, but I guess that's kind of a good sign. But anyways, so a good first step is to make sure that whatever you're going to screw in there goes in fine before you put tape on it and everything. So threads seem fine, so I'll go ahead, and of course when I finish, the 90 is going to aim down like that, and then the pipe will go in like that. These threads were a little tight, probably not my best tape job, but went about maybe 3 times around, just because the threads were so tight. So got the 90 in, got the 6 inch pipe so far. So I don't know, it may taken me 5 minutes. Just used a pair of rusty channel locks, kind of tighten this pipe up into here. Probably could use, it'd be better to use pipe wrench, but couldn't find mine. So there you go. Air compressor, 26 gallon, 5 horse. And you can see basically where the pipe is coming out. So looks like the 6 inch pipe is going to be pretty good. We'll see when all is finished. But so far I think the 6 is obvious, but special note is make sure that you put this in the right orientation. I believe as we sit here, the lever would have to go that way if I were to put it on that way to open up the valve. So obviously it needs to go this way so that the valve can turn that way. So the other thing I'm going to do is actually remove this nut here so I can take the lever off and be easier to install, because as this thing's twisting around, it's probably going to be hitting up against the air compressor. So I'll add on these additional fittings. You don't want to disturb your setup down there. So just took a pair of vice grips, locked it in, and give me a little attention. So far it hasn't even bottomed out on the ground. So don't want to go crazy with it, but just give me a little bit of back pressure. I chose this lever was actually hitting up against this plate over here, so I guess I could either use a different size pipe or add on a piece of pipe, whatever, but just rotate it up a little bit more than horizontal to get a little bit more clearance. So that's fine enough for me and does the job. So I like to have it nice and neat and horizontal, but reality is it doesn't really matter. Product. Really see it. Got the Street 90. Like I said, I probably don't need that, but that way it'll just shoot the water and the air straight down and not at me. So open the valve, shut the valve. So I'll test it for leaks here in a second. It's been maybe 2 or 3 days since I've last drained this, so this will give you a good idea of how much water comes out of it. We're located in Florida, so obviously very humid, but quite a lot of water should come out, I'm guessing. Yep, quite a bit of water. next couple days. As you can see, quite a bit of water in there. Definitely important to drain your tank.